Anatoliy Gavrilenko, who has a person with many merits, but he has this unique experience as the Youth Center for the Study of Financial Transactions, chairman of the founders of a regional youth organization. So he has an extensive experience in the operation of exchanges, and because there's a specific knowledge of financial transactions, because this experience has background knowledge of working at exchanges and exchange unions, so to provide this information, valuable information to the students. I will start swearing, so probably you should not have introduced me in such a nice way. Colleagues, I'd like to thank Mrs. Zelentsova for inviting me, because she took time to explain to me about the experience and how much is done in the area of financial literacy abroad, and that we need to learn from them. And I came to learn, and I have not learned anything. And moreover, as I realized that, so why I haven't learned anything, because Aunt Natasha said that the brain part grows until a child turns 24. I realized that it's been a long time since my brain stopped to grow. But I listen and I watch. So then the goal of the conference is the creation of a platform to exchange information between Russian and foreign stakeholders. I think this is the penultimate meeting, and so the platform should have been built by this time. And so the platform is somewhere here, just in the middle of us, not far, and some kind of platform exists.
So let me start from the bad news. We are in Russia, after all, and we have problems with the young people. Because in 2012 we had about 35 billion young people, and in 2021 we will only have 10 million less, that is 25. I liked the presentation by the representative of a university from Volgograd. You shared your success story, but I was concerned with your statements that your program also opens an opportunity to show active position of the citizens. I was concerned with that. Financial literacy is one thing, and citizens' attitude is a different thing. Let's not mix up those things. Universities should equip people with knowledge. When in a school of economics, we have a fourth-year student who says, what exactly is stock exchange? That's a scary thing. I remember the Higher School of Economics has put together one research according to which 50% of universities are not really universities, and out of the rest of them, 30% are remotely similar to universities, and only 20% of universities are more or less universities. When we meet with universities, teachers, professors, students, I tell them that you are part of that 20%. Although that may not always be the case. Back to the international experience. I was trying to figure out, this one gentleman from Europe said a very nice thing. There are two ways of assessment, and both of them are wrong. And there's a difference in difference, and we subtract a difference from the difference, but we won't show you the curves. When I heard that, and then there was another lady who made a presentation, which I liked actually, and then somebody suggested that we talk about Russia, and I did not hear much other than randomized assessment, which I don't know what it is, but I certainly applaud. After I heard presentations by our PhDs, I thought that we are just as good. I get the impression that our big universities take financial literacy as an opportunity for some people to get new PhDs. So segmentations, approaches, and this thing and the other, that's all very classy and slick, but that has little to do with the problem that we are witnessing in Russia. There are hundreds of millions of dollars that people are wasting every year because they don't know simple things. They do not know. We went to the city of Taliati, and there's this huge event. They are giving us a very nice room, and right across from that building, there's a huge billboard with the promotion of MMM, a famous financial pyramid. And was, what the heck is that? And they said, well, that's not our business. We really all focused on you, on our event. When people get trapped by such organizations, by pyramid schemes, when they lose their apartments, and then the government says, hey, your own fault. If there's a fire, if there's an earthquake, then yes, the government would come to your rescue. But this is a different story. When something is on fire, and I think that it's been on fire for a long time with all the fraud, with all the deception, with a lot of people believing what they read in newspapers, and newspapers would publish anything that people would pay for, and citizens would go with their money, give their money to fraudsters, and the government doesn't want to have anything to do with that. Then people talk to me and say, let's do a survey, let's do a study, and this and the other. And I respect that. I think it's okay. We should poll people. We should ask questions. We should interview them. We should develop methodologies and prepare things, and then we should put together a team of doctors that would cure this disease. But by the time when they're ready to cure the disease, we have to do a new survey because the situation would have changed completely by then. I have a lot of respect for professors and all the PhDs who put together very clever programs, but I prefer to organize people in such a way that it would be helpful to an average person. I like it when people share their knowledge and experience, and this creates a lot of projects. Thanks to Julia, she has heard about one of our campaigns. 2 years ago, we had 2,500 participants. Last year, it was 8,500 people. I asked people in other countries if anybody was doing anything similar to that, and nobody does. I went to this one international conference, and they had a very interesting take at that. They talked about child and youth issues. I heard many interesting presentations about ways of teaching kindergarten children economics. Maybe it's appropriate. Everything we do, I looked at what they do in Kaliningrad area. 53 million, that's fine. $120 million is the price of the program, which includes all the traveling expenses and stuff. I wonder who pays for all this. It is important. Without this understanding, I cannot be comfortable. Everything we do, we pay for. We have people who participate in the program pay for the whole thing. The government is not spending anything on that. Our campaign drew some attention, and we got some public support. Me and my colleagues, we want every school and every university to be able to invite a professor in finance to give a lecture. In 2015, we want to have a financial expert to come to every school and university and again do a lecture. It's not very funny. We traveled to Tomsk, we traveled to Altai, and the governor of the region said, your task is to go to this school and make a presentation. Mr. Savatygin, Mr. Siluanov, they all also visited schools and they made presentations. Mr. Shvetsov also made presentations in high schools. And this is okay, this is all right. We have volunteers, about 40 students who are going to lecture in high schools. And this is a good experience. I think if in region there are people who can do it, and there are many of them who can do it. I think meeting with young people and telling them about financial arrangements, I think this would be just a good thing to have young people meet with someone with experience. Young people are going to learn basic technologies. Young people are concerned that they may not get decent jobs. They're concerned with the choice of line of work. They're afraid of many different things. There are so many risks. People are troubled. They are not self-confident. Universities want to also students in universities want to be assured if they are doing the right thing, whether their choice of university was right, whether it's the right choice for them to stay in the country, learn and live here, whether it would be more appropriate to just go in some other country and learn and live there. I try to live with students and speak the same language with them. I tell students that they have to learn things before they do things. Financial literacy goes hand in hand with the consumer rights protection. This has to be clear. This has been said time and again. There's a lot of experience. It's here in Russia. I have seen very many good initiatives, and that is wonderful. But we do not know much about what we're doing. We try to find out what they do in Uganda, but we do not know what people do in the city of Tomsk, which is many times closer to us. There are websites which get frequently visited. We maintain that website. Please write to me, Gavrilenko.b. Write to me. If you need my calling cards, please come talk to me. I am always there to help. I will continue to do what we do, and we respect what other people are doing, and we appreciate all inputs, positive and negative. Thank you, Anatoly. It's good that there's some criticism from a man of practical experience. Most of us focus on theoretical issues. We are here to raise financial literacy. We know that the government has to establish rules in the financial domain, in the sphere of consumer rights protection. There always will be risks out there. There always will be fraudsters, but people have to be able to live with those risks, manage them, control them. If we have professionals that will come to schools and give classes, that's still not enough for everyone. We want to educate millions of young people, millions of high school students. We want to give information not only to those who want to learn, but also to those who are indifferent. That is a way to create this safety culture. That is a way to save people from making bad mistakes. We have very little time left, just enough for one or two questions. Or maybe we can take it offline and address questions during the coffee break. I think that's what we're going to do. Thank you very much for all your inputs. This is just the beginning, and we will continue in different formats. Thank you.